talk crap about me around the school because of eyelashes. Like, flick them out of your life.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my friend Bree with me. Well, Brianna, but like I call her Bree too. And so we've been wanting to do this video for a really long time, but we're going to be doing like friendship advice from like a Christian perspective because we both love Jesus. And we both like been through a lot of like friend stuff, and like I don't know, we just like felt like God was like calling us to do it for sure.
So we're just gonna go through a bunch of different things and just tell you guys like how we met and stuff, and like how to get out of toxic relationships. You have to put yourself first, and just from like our experiences and stuff. So yeah. And
like how to be a good friend, like the signs of a good friend, because yeah, like I don't know. And if you're not a Christian, you can like take some of these points and like make them kind of like your own, because I feel like they're still like really like relatable even if you don't like know God and stuff. But yeah, so we'll just tell you guys how we met. So you can start if you want.
Okay, so it was just after NTS and I had no idea who she was.
Okay, well NTS is like our camp at church, but like she was like going to a different campus than I was at the point, so we didn't know each other like from church at all, because I was going to like my like town and then she was going to her town, but like I switched to that one, if that's confusing. But basically we just didn't know each other yet.
Yeah. And at the time I was going through this really rough like patch with my old best friend, and she's just very toxic and just made me feel like poop all the time, and she just wasn't a good friend. Like, I tried to forgive her a bunch of times because like I felt like I wouldn't have anyone if I left her. So I was just going through that like rough patch for about like 5 months, and I just could not get the courage to leave her. And so right after NTS, they were talking about this what do you call it? Like
it's like, so it was called Fire Starters, and I like actually vlogged it. Like there's a vlog of like me and Brooke like going to it.
Oh.
So it was like at the end of August, like right before school started, and it was like a student leadership like conference, I guess. So it was just like a 2-day thing to like set us on fire for God, like right before the school year started. So it was like the second day, and it was like the end of the second day. And so we were in like the same like chat room, I guess you'd call it.
Mind you, I was by myself. I had no one to go with. Like the people I planned to go with ditched me, and my group leader got sick, so I was sitting there by myself, hating every second of it, until I met her.
Oh my god. So Jenna Wilson was talking, which is like one of the pastor's wives, and like her husband, like he's like my favorite speaker, so she's really good too. And she was talking about like hearing from God like for other people, and how like sometimes like God will like tell you things to tell other people, like even strangers and stuff. So like at the end of it, she was like, okay, like get in groups of like 3 people so you guys can like practice that. So it was like me and Brooke, and then I saw her like sitting right by me, and so we were just like, oh, like want to be with us and stuff. So we went to like the back of the room, and it was like me and then Brianna and then Brooke, so we went like around like this way. So I think like I went first.
Yeah, you did. It was dead silent. It was just whoever heard from God first, you would just speak like what's on your heart.
So we were all just like praying and like trying to like
I didn't even know we were supposed to be doing that. I was so tired, I like fell asleep, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, wait, why are we in groups?
That's so funny.
So basically
so I was like praying, asking God like what like I need to like tell her and stuff, and all of a sudden I just like saw like visions of her like walking through like the school halls like alone, and all I got like was like friend problems. So I was like, oh my god, like should I ask her this? Like I'm so scared, like what if it's not true? And I was like, oh, do you struggle with friend problems? And she was like, yeah. And I like in my head I was like, oh, like I mean like it's probably not that serious, like whatever. I didn't know that it like meant like that much to her. But like I said that, and then basically I don't even know what I said, but like God told me to like say something like encouraging to her, and I remember like saying like a few sentences to her. And then fast forward to like December, I went for my first time to like the campus we both go to now, like her that she has been going to. And I like saw her there, and I like recognized her, so I like followed her on Instagram, but she didn't recognize me because it was like dark in the room. She wasn't like paying attention. But like I was actually with Brooke, and Brooke was like, she looks so familiar. I was like, I know. And then I was like, wait, that's literally the girl from Fire Starters. So like it came like the worship night for like CYC, like my school's prayer group, and I like Snapchatted my whole like thing about to come. So obviously like since I added her on Snapchat, like followed her on Instagram, like she was one of the people I sent it to. And we started talking, and like I thought that she knew who I was, but she didn't. And we were like talking, and she was like wanting to hear part of my story, and I was like, yeah, you can like, I don't know. She like said something about fire starters and how like this girl changed her life there that was like brunette and stuff, and I was like, bro, that was literally me. I thought you knew. And then she said like she'd been like praying to God to like find out who I was for like so long. So after that we started talking like every single day, and yeah. So
Crazy story, right?
it's probably like really long already, but yeah, our story's like long.
So that's how we met.
But it was really cool because it was like totally like from God. Like I'm pretty sure that's like, well, I know like a lot of my like friendships like come from God, but like that's the one where it was like so like apparent and like wow, you know?
Yeah. And like after I found out it was you, like I could not thank her enough, because right after that I had the courage to leave her and put myself first, and ever since then like my life's been a million times better.
You said you like went home like crying to your mom about it.
I stress ate all the time because she was just so awful to me. And as soon as I left her, people started talking to me. They wanted to be my friends. I lost about like 40 pounds, and I was just the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And it was super hard, especially because like I wanted to be there for her and like help her through her problems, but it was just like I was stuck in that wrong crowd. I wasn't being who I was as a person, like who God wanted me to be. I was just following like the high school life, even though I didn't do anything. But like, yeah, it's just people are.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times people, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't want to like leave like the person that's like bringing you down because you feel like that's like selfish if like they're going through something, but also like if they're bringing you down like a lot to like the point where like just like it's like so negative, like how Brianna's situation was, then like it's worth it to leave. Like there's a difference between like helping someone and then them just like really like putting all that stuff on you and like kind of just like taking it out on you in a way. The only time I really ever like had to like leave someone like that, like I've like grown apart from people, but like the only time I like really had to like do kind of like what she did and like leave people that were like so like toxic for my life was like in middle school, because I was like friends with like this group of like popular people. They would like make fun of me and like be like sarcastic but like not really. They told me like what I could and couldn't wear, like what boys I could talk to, just like every like little thing. Like it was just like it would put me down so much. Like they like threw food at me one time at the lunch table.
What?
And I like sat in the bathroom crying, and like yeah, it was like so bad, and like I was so scared to leave them because I didn't have anyone until like I met Brooke, and then like I just left that lunch table. And like, you know how like lunch tables are like such a big deal in middle school and stuff? I like left their lunch table and like stopped like eating lunch with them. Brooke actually like was like encouraging to me, and like I could like be completely myself before I couldn't. Like if you can't be yourself around someone, obviously leave them. Like what?
True advice.
They honestly don't like you because you're not being yourself, so they like someone else, not you.
Yeah. You want friends that like inspire you and push you to be the best you could possibly be, not be jealous, tell you who you can and can't talk to, make jokes about you all the time.
Like if you finally come to the realization that like you want to like not really be friends with them anymore, just like start like distancing yourself. Like don't like ignore them.
Yeah, but like for example, like I used to go to my best friend's locker every day. I slowly stopped doing that, and she like noticed, and she's like what's up? And I'm like, I can't keep forgiving you. Every time I'd forgive her, she'd come back and like hurt me even more. And I was just like, I have to end this like relationship in order for me to grow. And honestly, like I've become so much more stronger and independent without her in my life. And like, it was the hardest thing ever to forgive her. And I'm not gonna lie, forgiveness is a very hard thing. But like with God in my life and like good friends, like I just had to let go of the grudge and just move on with my life. That it's her life, and like this is my life now, and like this is my journey. And like I do not regret being friends with her at all, because she helped shape me into somebody stronger. But I do regret being hurt over and over again. But like that's something I'm mentally like fighting every day.
Like sometimes like God's calling you to like leave people so that like he can like have more of your attention. And then like once like he like teaches you something, he'll like bring people into your life, and like his timing is always perfect, so like people will come into your life
Amen.
when they're supposed to.
Amen.
So even if you have to be alone, like who cares? Like spend time with God, make him your best friend. Like
Preach it, sister.
and talk to him like he's your best friend. Like everything I like would tell Brianna, I still tell God, because like I would consider him like my best friend. And like, you know? So
yeah.
Even if you have to be alone, it's like worth it.
Like there's gonna be people and like some of your closest friends that like will try to walk on you and just hurt you and bring you down, but like people walked over God all the time, and like
yes.
They made fun of Jesus, they told him he was the son of God, blah blah blah, and then he resurrected from the dead. Like that's insane. And like,
so like just because people treat you bad too doesn't mean you're like worth any less. So don't also like put that like on yourself either. Like
yeah.
Don't be like, oh, people always treat me bad, there's something wrong with me. Like no, there's something wrong with them. Like know your worth comes from like God, and that you're beautiful and like perfect by him, and like don't let people define you at all, because that's gonna hurt you too. And also like a key to like a good friend is like after you hang out with them, like you should feel filled up. And like, I mean, there's occasions where maybe like your friend was having a bad day and like they kind of brought you down a little bit too, but like most of the time like they should be like encouraging you, and you should feel better about yourself after. Like if you're feeling worse about yourself after, obviously don't be friends with them. I have realized that like I'm like friends with people who I never thought I'd like be friends with. Like you cannot like judge people. Get to know like the like parts of them and that are like who they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Their soul.
Get to know their hearts. Like I love getting to know people's hearts and like what makes them like who they are. So like
that's something I
you can be
about.
friends with like anyone. Like don't be like, oh, I just have to be friends with people that dress like me. I just have to be with the friends that are like do this and this and this. Like go be friends with like all different people.
Yeah, like I'm friends with like a bunch. I hate stereotypes, but like I'm friends with everyone. Like around the school, like what's the point of being mean to someone? Because you have no idea what they're going through at all. Like I don't know, just like that. And like that's one of the things I love about Liv too, is like she doesn't just like see somebody for the outward appearance. Like she looks deeper into their soul, and like that's the type of friend you want in your life, to see more to you than just like the outside and like what you can't do. Like they want to push you to be the best person you can be, even when you don't see the potential in yourself. You want somebody who motivates you all the time and just like cares for you, and you know that you'll never be judged by them. Like that's the best feeling ever. And like that's the type of person I strive to be all the time. And like I know it's hard, I still do that sometimes, but
yeah,
like
we're not like perfect at all.
no one's perfect.
Yeah,
but
and,
like yeah,
having like Jesus like in the center of our friendship is like the like key thing.
Instead of like leaving them, like when you hang out, like we pray over each other.
Yeah, like we won't just be like bye, we'll be like, hey, like let's pray before we like stop hanging out. You don't always have to like give like perfect advice, just like encourage them and like lead them to God. Like Brianna has a lot of like self-confidence problems, so like sometimes I don't know like what advice to give, because I deal with that too. I mean like not as much as her, but like I'll just try to like remind her of like who God sees her as, and just like lead her to like Jesus with like everything that I tell her. So just like do that with your friends, and like if they're doing that for you, that's like obviously a good sign.
Yeah, it's helped a lot. And like honestly, if you don't even if you don't have like a physical friend at the moment, God will always be like the perfect friend for you, like the best one you could possibly have. And so like, well, Jesus, like they're always there for you 24/7. They understand, they listen, and God never like ends a toxic relationship without bringing something new into the mix. Like his timing is beyond perfect.
They have like a Bible verse, I don't even know a Bible verse or exactly what it says, but it's something about like God doesn't like let something die without like something being born.
Yeah. And like it's just so cool, because like I know like the problem might seem like it's the end of the world, but like if you think about it and like out of your whole life, like it's just one little puzzle piece. And like you might think that like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to me, but like the things that will build around it is gonna make this beautiful masterpiece, and like it's gonna be filled with like great friends. And like I never would have thought I would have such a great friend like ever.
That's so nice. A lot of people say like, I can never forgive this person for that, blah blah blah, but those are usually the people that like aren't Christian and like don't know the concept of like forgiveness. Like forgiveness is letting yourself free, it's not letting the other person free.
Yeah.
And like and it like lets the weight off your shoulders, and it doesn't give them like
the satisfaction.
It doesn't, like people are like, I can't forgive them because they're gonna think what they did to me is like right, but that's actually not true. Like forgiveness is like realizing like they're a human and that they did something wrong, and like you have to wish them well, like even though they hurt you, like I wish them well, you know, like I hope that they're happy, blah blah blah. And like sometimes you can forgive people and like still have them in your life, but like sometimes you can't. It just depends on the situation. Like always forgive someone.
Like people are gonna break your heart, but like let's not talk about the breakup right now.
Oh, how to like go through fights is like the last thing we'll talk about, I guess, because like me and Brianna have never like been in one, but I feel like we would know like how to handle it if we were, and it'd probably be something like super stupid and small. It's bad if you're like scared of them like blowing up at you. If you're just expressing your feelings, like you should be able to like maturely talk about it and like pray about it, like be like, okay God, like please help us, you know,
24-hour rule too. If you guys are arguing about something and it's more opinionated than like an actual answer, then your argument can last forever and it's just gonna get worse and worse. The 24-hour rule is where you just both don't talk for about 24 hours and like then you cool down. Like you need to let your soul cool and then you guys can talk about it. And like it saves a lot of like fights too from like happening.
And probably try to talk about it in person or like on the phone or something where you can hear their voice, because if you text, like sometimes like the tone of your voice can like sound different.
Oh yeah.
So like definitely do that and just like express how you feel, and like make sure you say like I'm upset because, don't say like you're a bitch because, or like you're rude. Yeah. If you just like said like you always do this, you always do this, you always do this, and it's just so messed up and blah 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 blah. Just say I'm upset that you did this and like it just really hurts me and I wish that you would, you know? Like you can say that, just don't like say like all these things and like yell at them. Just like try to like pray about it too. Like really like put Jesus like in the middle of the fight, because obviously like Satan's gonna want to try to like attack your friendship if you guys are fighting, you know, because that's like really easy. But just make sure you like just be mature about it, and you, oh my gosh, support them with whatever they do. Even if you don't agree with it, like please support them, unless it's something where like they're like, you can make sure to like put your friends like in check. Like if like Brianna like went out and like did like hard drugs, I'd be like, Brianna, like you're stupid. You know, like, but like I'm not gonna like support that, but like, you know, like just try to support their decisions if they're not gonna like harm them, you know, and just like be there, even if you wouldn't do that if you were them. Just like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah.
I have something to say. I have a story a little bit. Okay. So like I once had this friend and she dated this guy. He was a bad guy, and no one really wanted to say that because like what is our opinion gonna go against hers, because she really liked the guy. So like my friends were coming to me and they're like, I want to say something so bad because she's gonna get hurt. And I honestly, like I just said, like you can't make her not do something, but like who you can be is the friend that like when she gets hurt, don't say I told you so, but be there for them when they fall. Don't act like, oh I told you so, like
because that's gonna hurt them so much more.
Yeah, like let them do their life, but just be there for them, lift them up when they fall, because when they fall, they're gonna need you the most. Like they rely on you. Like when I went through my breakup, which is like only 5 days ago, like I looked to her to lift me up, and like she's the reason I don't cry myself to sleep anymore. Like I have other friends that like would just be like
get over it or something, you know?
Yeah, but like,
or like it's fine, like it's just a boy, like I don't know, like
I don't really have friends like that, but like my old friends would be like that.
Yeah.
But like I don't have any problem like knowing that she's gonna lift me up and like just let me see the positive in it.
Like,
and I know
people that will like just give you like words of encouragement. Like I could just be like, Brianna, like I'm just like feeling upset right now, just like please help, and she just like send me a like paragraph and I'd be like, hey, I'm better, you know?
Like, hearing too that like she's like, I know what you're going through, like I feel your pain, like it makes you like so
I relate
happy.
so much to like her. It's kind of annoying. I'll be like, oh my god, same. I did that too.
God put her in my life, and like she
after I had experienced it.
Yeah, and like she knew what to say. She gave good advice, and like she already went through it, and like God put her in my life at the perfect time, and like it's just so weird to like see how he works, and like it's just like wow, like you don't understand. Like I look for the little signs now, and I never used to do that, and like it's just it blows my mind all the time. Yeah, it really does.
Okay, should we just like pray like right now for like everyone watching or something, and then end it? Dear God, I just pray for all the people watching this that are struggling with friend problems. I pray that you give them courage and strength to leave whatever relationship is holding them back from fully experiencing you. I just pray that you give them comfort and let them know that you're going to put the right people in their life at the right time. And I pray that even though they might not have friends, that they don't feel alone because they know that they have you and that you cry with them and that you're always with them through everything. And you go through the hills and valleys with them.
Highs and lows, yes.
Yes.
I also pray that once people experience you, they just like, they try to be as good as you are all the time because you're a good father and you're always there no matter what, no matter like, I don't know what the right word is, like no matter how low you feel or like trapped in like this valley of like darkness from like the way people are treating you, just that like they see the light at the end of the tunnel because there's no light without darkness and you're always that light. And I just pray that, like what Liv said, like people have the courage to leave negative people to like be on the journey with you, because friends can only make them satisfied for a period of time, but you can make people satisfied for life. And I just pray that people get something out of this video and they can just have a better life or a better time understanding like what friendship is. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Amen. Alright, so thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was probably like rambly and stuff, but I hope it helped you guys in some way.
Just know that if you clicked on this video, you were meant to see it for a reason.
Yeah, God definitely put this in your subscription box and your recommendations for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, subscribe to me if you're not already. Like this video, comment and share. Follow us both on social media. I'll have mine like right here because I always have it here. And then I'll have it down below like with Brianna's and stuff too. See you guys
God bless
in the next video. Bye.